Cast, I'm going to be talking about how you can search for different documents and material in your Google Drive. So as you start collecting more materials in your Drive, and especially if you're using it with students, I have 300 students or so, things can quickly become overwhelming and confusing, especially if somebody has shared something with you, did not necessarily name it in a certain way that would make sense, or as students like to do sometimes, not naming it at all. So I can first come up here and I can just type in and say, oh, okay, well, I think it's something about trimester. Let's just use that as an example. Okay, well, these are all the things that are going to come up. Spreadsheet, I've got some presentations, and I got a bunch of folders. So that might not be totally helpful. What I can do is I can come up here on this little arrow and I can hone in and narrow my search. So I'm going to say, well, I know that this was a spreadsheet. And I'm going to say I know that this was made in Google Sheets because maybe I remember that. And I'm just going to leave that the way it is and see what comes up. Okay, so now I've already limited just by doing that to these different things, which is much more easier for me to figure out what I'm looking for. Another way that you can search for something is there is the Shared With Me button. Now, for someone like me, again, I have people sharing many things with me on a consistent basis as being an online classroom. So I can go here and I can also still attempt to do the same search this way as well. So as your coworkers and students start to share things with you, this is an area that you can also go to for a search function. Okay, I'm going to go back to my Drive. The last way that you can look for something that you have worked on, and this is more recently, is I can click on a folder, okay, and I can see recently what I did in that folder over the past week or so. If I go here, same thing. I can see if other people have also been working on it, etc. So that's a third way that you can look for some information in your Google Drive.